A glorious Saturday afternoon here in the west side of Florida. And you know when it's 1 p.m. on In Touch News Radio, that's intouchnews.com, where everyone's a star. It's got to be Cover 2 Conversations, two Tampa natives, two topics, 2 points of view. This is your main man, Mike D, wishing you a very, very happy new year, our first show of the new year. And what we're going to be bringing to you in the new year is going to be fantastic. You're going to see a lot of great things on intouchnews.com, a great new website. You're going to see us up our game on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, all through In Touch Radio. Thank you to Dale Johnson and Stephen, the folks here at In Touch News that are going to really take us to the next level. According to Mr. Johnson, we're going to go international in 2019, and I'm looking very forward to it. That being said, even Cover 2 Conversations is going. I just literally last night, I have not only some additional guests coming on this month, new guests, but I've set up where we're going to do 2 of our live broadcasts live in the streets. Not the streets, but the streets. Live in the streets. You're going to be out down in Ybor City. We're going to be we got a couple spots that I've already literally set up last night, excuse me, that we're going to do our show live. We're going to hope, Daryl and Steve are going to be ready for the task, but they are ready to go. I set it up. I, picked the spot. We picked basically a couple dates. It's going to be fantastic. So welcome to Cover 2 Conversations, 2 Tampa natives, 2 topics, 2 points of view here in January 2019. And the catch about January and all Januaries that I'm probably experienced in the last 20 to 25 years is that everyone has New Year's resolutions. So if you have a New Year's resolution, please send it to us at cover2conversations@gmail.com, Cover 2 Conversations on Twitter, Cover 2 Conversations on Instagram. Show it to us. Cover 2 Conversations, anywhere you can see cover, the number 2 Conversations. Let us know what your New Year's resolution was. My New Year's resolution was not to have a New Year's resolution. My goal is just to try to find ways to be better in general, focus on family, focus on my health, focus on my job, and those things are actually, moving forward very well. But what happens in January, if you've ever joined a gym and you've been going to the gym religiously throughout the year, and it's fine, you got your time, you can get your shower and all this kind of stuff in, and you go in January, it is a madhouse. So we're going to hear on Cover 2 Conversations, really spend all of January talking about health and wellness and fitness, not just physical health. But we're going to, that's the main thing, right, people? I'm going to lose weight in 2019. I'm going to get better, healthy. But we're also going to talk about mental health and all that, just general wellness. How can you start the year off being a person focused on your wellness? And so we're going to have some great guests, and we have a great guest today. Miss Angie Webster. She's our torturer for cycling, but she's a great living example of how to maintain your health and wellness, how to stay beautiful. I mean, Angie's probably about 85 years old, but she looked about 20. And she's going to tell you a little bit about her journey, a little about that. Me and Reggie, what we're going to do is we're going to take our separate journeys. We've done this before. We're not only the January start the thing. We've been working out for years on and off. So Reggie kind of started, as if you don't remember the show, he talked about that he doesn't start at January. He normally starts in November, whatever. He tries to kind of get a running start. But his goal is, I believe, I forgot how much weight he wants to lose, or I think he doesn't know weight. He does what his belt size is, if I remember correctly. That's kind of his kicker. And he's working. I'm doing the same thing. I'm more doing weight. I need to lose about 40 pounds. Not as much concerned about belt size. And the 40 pounds is not necessarily strict 40 pounds of weight. It's 40 pounds of I reduce my BMI down to maybe under 30, under 25. Because if you know anything about weight, muscle weighs more than fat, blah, 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 blah. You can get more fit, but you can actually not lose weight, etc. So we're going to have Angie talking to us today. And we're waiting on Mr. Reggie Gray, my cohort here. That's my fault. He's running a little late, but that's okay. So what I'll start out is, Angie, while we're waiting on Reggie, why don't you tell us a little bit about what, because your fitness, your journey in health and wellness to me seemed to be more of a personal thing. It doesn't seem like that was your job or anything. You have another job.
Right.
And so tell me what, and just be, for those of you looking on Facebook, you see how beautiful she is and stuff like that. So you might figure what is she worried about, trying to get healthy and fitness and all that. So what started, you piqued your journey? Was it a January, I'm going to get health and wellness, or did something happen? Were you sick? Did something happen? What happened on your?
No, I've always been conscious of health and fitness because I've always held myself accountable for my own health, which I think all of us have to do. Mm-hmm. You can't blame anybody else for the fact that, you maybe have not met your resolution. Mm-hmm. That is on you, But it's been something that I've kept pretty much kept up with for quite a long time. I did have a health scare back in 05, 06, and didn't know what was wrong with me. It turned out to be some allergy to mold that I didn't know was going on for about a year of struggling trying to find out what was going on with that. After that, I even got more serious about it because I could have died from that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So after I overcame that, I really keyed in on making sure I took care of my health and held myself accountable for what I do and what I don't do, because everyone slips up. Well,
sometimes. Tell me, do you say I hold myself accountable to take care of my health? What does that really mean? What did you do? What actions did you take? Or what things are you talking about?
That means if I said I was going to do something, I made sure that I followed through with it, and if I didn't, then I made sure I went back and followed through with it then.
Okay. And what are those things? What are those?
Exercising, eating right. Everybody's going to slip up and have a moment.
So what is that? So let's start with, just spit them up. Exercise, number one. What kind of exercising do you do, or did you do?
Well, even prior to moving to Tampa, I did do a lot of spinning.
Okay.
I did. Okay. I spent a lot of time in the gym, probably too much time in the gym. I was a little obsessed. And that's how I fell in love with spinning over there, actually, on the east coast of Florida. But it wasn't quite the love that I wound up having when I got over here. Mm-hmm. It was a different kind of vibe once I came to Tampa and found power cycle and fitness.
Okay.
So the vibe was live once I got up around here. So after that, whole other story.
Okay, so you so it sounds like you mainly do cardiovascular kind of training.
I did spend a lot of time prior to Power Cycle and Fitness. Before I found the studio, I did a lot of weight training.
Oh, okay. So
probably 5 times a week. A little obsessive, but I had a lot of stress, so I was trying to work it off.
Gym rat.
So gym rat. I was.
As you being gym rat, where you half the time you dress in gym clothes because you're always at the gym and leave the gym.
I'm always in gym clothes, always, yeah. Okay, or gym clothes and regular clothes.
Now, so let's go to the second half. What did you said about you ate right? So what does eat right for you mean?
Well, it means staying away from sugars, staying away from processed foods, and like I said, everybody's human. You're going to get into some stuff every now and then, and it's okay. The way I see it is, if you do what you're supposed to do 90% of the time, the other 10% is not going to kill you. You have to live, but you still have to keep your health first.
Okay.
So eating right, exercising, and it just means moving yourself sometimes. That matters. It makes a difference.
Okay. So this is obviously, you're listening to Cover 2 Conversations here on InTouchNews.com, InTouch Radio. You can see us on InTouch live on Facebook streaming. We're going to InTouch on YouTube. You can download the app on TuneIn and download the show on TuneIn and listen in to InTouch show every Saturday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. You can always reach out to us at Cover the Number 2 Conversations at Gmail, at Instagram, and Twitter. And this is your main man, Mike D, and I'm always joined by
Reginald Gray.
Reginald Gray decided he was going to walk to the show today because it's Fitness Month. And Reggie, as I was saying before you got here, me and you have experienced this because we used to also be gym rats. You more so than me lately, where we would go to the gym throughout the year, and then you go in January, you can't even get in the door.
No.
You can't even get it. There's no machines available. You might as well just take January off.
So all the couples walking in with their new workout outfits that match.
Yeah, that oh, man, everybody. And I remember, me and Reggie are old enough. I remember people would walk in with their Walkmans And, you know, you got the headphones on, and that's before they made the headphones for working out. So basically, you had these headphones all soggy and all. It's just crazy.
Nasty.
People dropping. Oh, wait a minute, your cassette dropped. Your cassette is out. You know, and it would last about, what did you say, Reggie? January 19th, maybe 20th.
No,
3 months.
no. It
3 months.
lasts up until the first week of February.
Perfect, yeah. So,
Yep.
and then people like, you know, you can get back in the gym again. So we've been talking that we have our special guest here, Angie Webster. I said our torturer on the cycle. She's one of the things she does. She does many things, but she does spinning classes. Definitely at Power Cycle and Fitness. I believe we do spinning classes at Anytime Fitness as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Saturday mornings. You do Power Cycle Sunday mornings. When do you do
Monday nights at 7 at any time.
Monday nights at 7? Okay. Yeah, and she has a fantastic class. If you just you don't know what spinning is, it's, you know, basically on a stationary bike, but it's a specialized bike, and you can adjust the level of effort. She gets you out of your seat, so you're not going to just sitting there spinning the wheels. That's not going to happen. She gets you dancing. Do you do all your spinning with the kind of hip hop feel, or do you have different ones? Oh yeah, so she gangster. She gangster from the East Coast, so she want to have you in the hip hop, you know.
Bass.
Yeah, she's got the bass class. You want to hear some music and get up and get going. You got to see Angie Webster. Like I said, you can sign in on Power Cycle Fitness. Actually has an app. You can download their app and sign up for their courses in there. Obviously, if you're a member of Anytime Fitness, go to Anytime Fitness in Brandon, and Angie will be there. And I think Monday night you will be at Power Cycle Fitness, right?
Monday night is at anytime.
Anytime, and Saturday.
Tomorrow morning, 8:15.
8:15 is at Power and Cycle Fitness, and then Saturday mornings are at
Anytime.
Anytime. Okay.
Just taught a class this morning.
Okay. Yeah, Reggie, you know, called me crying in some Saturday mornings. I'm really glad with Angie. I can't feel my legs. Can't feel my legs. I'm like, well, that's your fault.
Mike, you should know you showed up for some of the classes.
Yes, and my wife. So we, I really enjoy the classes. I want to get back in this year. I talked about, me and Reggie talked about, and what we're going to talk about, you know, part of the show here. And then we're going to jump in the football. Don't think we forgot about the football. Now, I know the Bucks ain't playing no more, but we do have the playoff weekend coming up, so I want to get Reggie's feedback on that. But a quick back to the fitness is that, you know, one of the things about fitness is finding what works for you. It's not, you know, there's not a perfect exercise, whether it's cardio, weight training. It's not a perfect for anyone. And like for me, I gotta get bored, so I need to move around. So I'll do spinning, I'll do weightlifting, I'll do riding bike, I'll do walking. I'll figure things out because I'll get bored quickly. And this is your man Mike D on Cover 2 Conversations here on In Touch News. Who's on the line?
Hello, it's Anthony, man. Calling in to speak with Reggie, Mike.
Anthony.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Anthony Smith.
Oh man, Mr. Alabama himself.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Hey, feel good. I just sat down here on the show too, so I'm kind of thought off guard. I want to get Anthony on the show today because he is going to be following hardcore the Alabama Clemson game, which is going to be on Monday, right?
Yes, sir. Monday,
Okay.
8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Oh,
Oh wow! Look at
wow.
Can you tell us the stations is on?
It's going to be on all levels.
All right, now Anthony, you got to school me a little bit. So me and Mike been following Bucks hardcore, and I know right now you've been following Alabama all year because of your son. We'll get to him in a few minutes. Can you break down how the Alabama season has gone so far, and what are your think their chances are versus Clemson?
Now, the Alabama season, for lack of a better cliche, it's almost like a Disney movie, man. I mean, you got Jalen Hurts, which is Mr. Alabama, you know, very faith-based individual, led Alabama to a 26-2 record before getting replaced last year in the national championship game in the second half. To Tua Tagovailoa, a five-star recruit out of Hawaii, which is a true freshman, came in and caught Georgia by surprise and won a national championship. The guy has an opportunity to transfer like some kids do. You know, if they don't want to wait to turn for whatever reason, you know, he decided to stick with Alabama. Became a team player, graduated this year, watched Tua come in and lead the team to a 13-0 record. And Tua was struggling this year against the same opponent, the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC championship. Second half comes in, they replace Jalen with Tua. Jalen goes right back in and wins and wills the team to SEC championship and a berth in the college football playoff. So to see that guy handle that like an adult, like a professional, the team rally around both quarterbacks, offense and defense, and special teams. It's it's kind of hard to paint it any other way, but somebody at Walt Disney had to write that movie.
Wow.
Now, right now, question I want to ask you is, how do you feel about Clemson? I mean, that's your opponent coming up. I mean, any ideas on them?
Oh man, I got a ton of ideas on it, bro. It's gonna be like Ali Frazier, going back to Hagler Hearns days. Styles make fights. These guys have been competing with each other on the recruiting level. They recruit from the same pool of players here in Florida. Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi. They played against each other and since the college football playoff has been in existence, since it skipped from the BCS to the CFP, Clemson and Alabama both have been in the national championship or the game before. Alabama leads the series 2-1. So, some people can call this the knockout blow. If Alabama can pull this off on Monday night, they can call it a knockout blow and name Nick Saban the greatest coach of all time, 7-time national champion winner if he wins Monday.
Okay.
If Dabo and the gang comes through, and if Dabo and the gang pulls off an upset and beats the number one team, now you have it tied up at 2-2. With Dabo having 2 national championships in the past 3 years.
Now, are you going to the game?
Absolutely. I'm actually running through the airport right now.
I was wondering what all that noise was, OJ.
Okay.
Going through the airport. Hey, now look, I got some numbers down here real quick about number 4 at Alabama. I got the stats for the year. Now, you tell me.
Number 4.
Okay,
one on offense and one on defense.
Okay, I'm talking about defense. I'm talking defense. All right. Now, you tell me where I'm wrong here. Now, I got down here in 14 games. He played 14 games. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He has 3 interceptions. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, snap. Oh, I'm doing pretty good right now. He had a touchdown, pick 6, right?
Yeah, pick 6 against Arkansas.
Oh, you remember that one, huh?
39-yard return.
How many yards was it?
39 yards.
Oh, let's check and make sure he was all right. He had five pass breakups. Did I miss one?
Yeah. No, you're good on that.
Okay, and 1 forced fumble.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Reggie, who's this famous number 4?
Oh, this is he said one of his number 4s. Savion Smith.
Savion, man, that sounds familiar. Savion Smith. I don't know. What's your last name? What's your last name?
Oh, Smith with a capital.
Wait a minute. Am I to presume, because there's a lot of Smiths in the world, are you any kind of way related to that Savion Smith?
Well, like my granddaddy used to say, if you feed them long enough, they start looking like you. So I got to take a look at it.
How now? Okay, I know he's a junior this year, right?
Yes, sir. He's a junior.
He planning on coming back for his senior year, or heading into the draft in April?
Man, we're not even focused on that, Reg.
Boy, look at that answer. Boy, look at him.
Oh, boy, you've already been trained. Boy, you already been trained
already,
Anthony. Hey, you already been trained. You probably had your little public relations person sitting next to you right now in the airport.
Nah, man, I wish I did. I wish I did, so somebody can carry this damn suitcase. No, but I mean, at the end of the day, that is an option. But first and foremost, man, my son promised me a college degree.
True.
He also promised himself that, we're not going to make a harsh decision. If that opportunity presents itself, as with anybody, not just my son, but all these kids that I help mentor in the community and throughout the state, and a lot of the kids that come from, IMG Academy, I said, man, y'all sit down and think long and hard about it. This game of football at that next level has always been your dream, but it's not going anywhere. So you got an opportunity to come back. You got the opportunity to come back and get a degree that's going to take care of you for the next 25, 30 years, whether something is going to take care of you for the next 3 to 4 years.
All right.
And then him coming back to Alabama, it's like you're in the NFL already.
Wow. All
right, well, we're going to let you go, man. I know you're in the airport, get ready to head out to the big game. Definitely going to be watching, and we're going to be rooting on number 4 for you on defense.
I can't say I root for Alabama, but I'm going to root for number 4.
Well, man, I hope the listeners take a look at the game, man, because not only is my son, a local product, but Dabo's done a great job here in the Bay Area, man. You got T.J. Chase Jr. right here from Plant City, man, a 6'2", 205-pound slot receiver. You got a lot of kids here from Florida. I mean, Mike Jones Jr., a freshman linebacker, 6'2", 230 from Bradenton, Florida. You got Xavier Thomas, another 6'2" DN from Bradenton, Florida, that Dabo has recruited, and Trayvon Mullen, right from Fort Lauderdale, the starting cornerback 2 years in a row. We projected him to be a first round draft pick. So,
wow.
Like I said, it's gonna be a good shootout, man. We're playing for a good game. A lot of these local kids, they definitely can have an opportunity to bring a championship back home to the Tampa Bay area.
All right, well, there you go,
right, man.
Anthony.
Right.
We got to let you go. We're going to a break right now. Have fun, man. I'll hit you up during the game, all right?
Yeah, man. Be safe out there.
All right, man. Y'all have fun, man. Good show and roll tide.
Roll Tide.
And we are headed to break, I believe.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a break. Just cover
Hold on. New music for this year.
Oh, there you go. You don't change up the music on me? All right, this is Cover 2 Conversation with your main man, Mike.
Getting all hype now.
Always joined by
Reginald Gray.
Also known as Space Coast, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. on InTouchNews.com. We'll be right back.
In Touch Radio, where you can listen to a cruising flow of smooth soul and jazz, today's R&B, a fun touch of hip-hop and gospel.
All my music on one station.
Giving you a buffet of music, news, and entertainment. We're In Touch Radio.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer? I got the man to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe we hunted down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking care of state of Florida. Grab a pen or sundown. 1-800-361-RICK. That's 1-800-361-425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, plus your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 1-800-361-RICK. Call Ricky, ask Ricky is a legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers are not network or trained in handling auto injury claims and getting you the best medical treatment and recovery. Dial 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
My name is Gil Sampson. I didn't come from a very rich family, and so paying for college would have been very tough. I don't know if I would have been able to go to the college that I went to, and then I don't know if I would have gotten into the career that I am in. So I think Bright Futures has done a lot to shape my life. Got a job as a structural engineer, and I design residential buildings, commercial buildings all over the United States. Because of Bright Futures, I was able to go to college. So many kids just don't even ever get that opportunity, and to be able to do it and not have any debt when I graduated is amazing, and it was all thanks to Bright Futures.
Florida has created more than 1 million jobs in only 5 years, and a great education connects our students to these exciting opportunities. That's why the Florida Lottery has funded Bright Futures scholarships to help over 725,000 students attend college. Because every play is for education. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Yep. Jump on Andrew. Yep.
He'll fight you off. Cover 2 Conversations. Excuse me. In Touch Radio, reality radio, where everyone's a star. InTouchNews.com. You can see us streaming live on In Touch News on Facebook. You can reach out to us at cover2conversations at gmail.com. Cover the number 2 conversations on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr. No, I'm joking.
Black Planet.
MySpace.
All that. Yahoo, Instant Message.
Yeah, Yahoo. What's an old one? I'm trying to think of some of the old ones.
AOL.
You've got mail. That guy's a billionaire. So he said, you got mail. That being said, we're joined here by the lovely Angie Webster from Power Cycle Fitness, Anytime Fitness, among other things. She joins us from the East Coast of Florida. She's moved to the West Coast, and she's brought her fitness lifestyle to us. And the pain, if you've not felt the kind of beautiful pain of cycling to the bass music, you got to join Angie on every Sunday at 8 in the morning up there on Power Cycle Fitness in Riverview, or you can join her in Brandon on 10 a.m. on Saturdays, 7 p.m. on Mondays at Anytime Fitness in Brandon on Highway 60. That being said, we just talked to Mr. Anthony Smith, the father of number four for the Alabama on defense, the Alabama
Davion Smith.
Roll Tide folks that are going to be playing on Monday for their championship game. If they win that game, they may be the greatest, at least have the greatest coach of all time in college football history. That being said, we go to college football. Let's go a little bit to the NFL. We got some playoff games today, I believe. I know we got Dallas and Seattle at Dallas today. I believe we have the Colts at the Texans, I believe. I know tomorrow we should have the Chargers and the Ravens at Ravens. And we have is it the Eagles? Who's when the Bucks don't play anymore, you kind of
lose track.
Yeah, you kind of lose track. So what's going on, man, in the NFL with you, Reginald Gray?
Who's not in the playoffs?
The Buccaneers are not
exactly. And you know what happened last Monday is what, if you're not a big football fan, don't know what it's called Black Monday.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get all the black colleges together. No, what happens is the day after the last game of the season, a whole bunch of coaches get fired. That's what they call it. Black
Everybody
Sunday.
go Donald Trump on you.
You're
fired.
They're all fired. And 6 coaches got fired on Monday.
6 coaches.
6 of them, yeah.
How many of those coaches were black since it was Black Monday?
I don't know. I didn't put that in my notes.
Yeah, but that was about 4.
I don't see color.
I think it was the 6. Go ahead and go through the names. I'll tell you.
I didn't go over the names. I got the ones most important.
Yeah.
Marvin Lewis is one of them who's black. He was with Cincinnati for 16 years.
Mm-hmm. Can't win a playoff game, but I always take him to the playoffs.
0. No, not all the time. He had like a 5-year gap where he didn't make it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He just started going back recently.
Okay.
And actually, him and Dirk Cutter are good friends. He was a best man at Dirk Cutter's wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, they're close. They're real close.
That's interesting.
But he's gone. We don't care about him.
No.
Dirk Cutter. Let me get my glasses out for this one.
That is a Caucasian.
I got my Dirk Cutter notes. Dirk Cutter. 3 seasons.
Former offensive coordinator?
Yeah. He was when Lovey was here, offensive coordinator. 3 seasons, 19 and 29. Okay. Okay. Now, Dirk was sent here to replace Lovey because of his relationship with Jameis. Jameis' rookie year, had a great rookie year. Too many turnovers, but still had
rookie of the year, I believe.
I think so. Might have been. So you're thinking, well, dang, the team's not doing that good, but our franchise quarterback, we took in the first overall pick. He don't look too bad. Right. Let's keep our offense coordinator, make him head coach.
Keep the system.
Keep the system.
Right.
Keep the system.
And then that head coach said, well, I don't really know defense. So what am I going to do about that?
I'm going to get Mike Smith, who was the ex-head coach over in Atlanta.
I'm going to do that. I used to work for him.
Yeah, we used to work together in Jacksonville, too.
We have a great relationship.
Yes.
I'm going to get a system that I know.
Yes. Let's see how that turned out. Okay. Start off first year, 7-9. 7-9 first year. After that, we had back-to-back 5-11 seasons, and he was brought in here for Jameis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this season started off with Jameis getting suspended the first 3 games. Not Dirk's fault. Hey, part of the game, it happens. All right. Jameis comes back, game number 4. I'm not 5. I'm not counting that Chicago game. That was really stupid.
Trash.
He comes back in.
Oh, that's who was playing. Chicago's playing the Eagles. That's what it is.
That's who? All right, there you go. Chicago in that game. I got Chicago. He comes back in. He's playing so not terrible, but compared to what Fitz was doing the first half of the season,
yeah, no Fitz magic.
It wasn't no Winston magic that was going on, but he was still playing okay. But after 2 games, maybe 3 games, he led the league in interception, and he missed the first 3 games.
I believe, and I'm throwing this off the top of my head so people don't be calling in, texting all this, but I'm fairly certain that he has an average of 2 turnovers a game, probably not only this season, but probably going into the last season. And I said 2 turnovers is normally an interception, but there's always a fumble in there, one every other game or so.
Yeah. And but again, this is about Dirk.
Right.
Why Dirk was brought in here to make Winston better, and he's got better in some avenues. Overall, he's digressed.
No, he's the same.
This part of the season, we remember the game versus Cincinnati. We had 4 touchdowns. 4 interceptions. Had the pick 6 that got run back. He gets benched. Fitz comes in,
almost wins the game.
Fitzmagic almost pulls it back. So
Almost
Dirk decides to go ahead and bench Winston, which we agreed on.
Yes.
The only problem was he benched him too long.
Correct.
That was the issue with it. And by the time he brought Winston back, it was done.
It was over.
It was over. I mean, Winston came back playing better. It was over, man. So Dirk's gone. I call it 3 years of regression, not progression with Jameis Winston. You didn't do your job.
Yeah, I would say I don't see him getting better. I don't know if he got worse, but he damn sure didn't get better.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
And I think when you have a good quarterback, Reggie, you keep a good quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
You keep one. So I don't mind them paying him next year.
I have no problem, but it's a make or break year. And they're drafting a quarterback in the first 3 rounds.
Need to.
All you people that are sitting there like, you're all locked in with him and a new coach is going to do this and do that, they're going to draft a quarterback in the first 3 rounds.
But they need defense.
No, they do. They got Villa. Your boy Villa.
Hey, he towards the end of the season, last 4 games, man, the man was showing up.
Derwin James got voted Rookie of the Year on defense.
Are you going back to that?
I'm just saying. I'm just weighing options here. You got Vita Vea. You got Derwin James. Derwin James, Rookie of the Year. Vita Vea, he's defensive on the defensive rookie team. How many defensive tackles were in the first round? I mean, come on, man. Whatever.
Right.
Okay. Well, anyway, my first pick for head coach.
Okay. Here we go.
My first pick for head coach. And the Reggie Gray first.
John
pick.
Gruden.
No. Bruce Arians.
From Phoenix Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals, whatever you want to call them. That's my first choice. Now, to look at the
Why?
record. I got notes.
Why? Because he got a cool name?
That is cool, though. Arians. That's Arians. And he got that cool hat he be wearing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He worked with Andrew Luck out in Colts. Prolific offense.
Mm-hmm.
Gets over to Arizona. He has Kurt Warner.
Mm-hmm.
He has a 49-30 record. 5 years. But in that 5 years, 2 playoffs and a Super Bowl.
Playoffs?
And a Super Bowl.
But he's got remember, he's got a Hall of Fame wide receiver there.
We got one here.
True.
Bars.
Hey, you got me on that one.
Yeah. Give me something else.
So what was the problem? He has had problems, right? Because Arizona Cardinals are not something that you roll off the tongue when you think of playoffs.
No, he quit because of health issues.
So we're gonna hire somebody who's sick.
I don't know. After this break, we're gonna find out.
Hey, well, this is your main man Mike D. Always joined by Reginald Greystoke of the Jungle, also known as Space Ghost. We have Angie Webster here. Going to be talking health and fitness and eating right, having lots of sugar, alcohol, health. I come to conversations every Saturday, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. on InTouchNews.com. We'll be right back.
In Touch Radio, where you can listen to a cruising flow of smooth soul and jazz, today's R&B, a fun touch of hip-hop and gospel.
All my music on one station.
Giving you a buffet of music, news, and entertainment. We're In Touch Radio.
Hey, Tampa Bay. Want to cruise to Cuba? Tampa to Havana. We've got the best prices. Call Kinsey Travel, 863-274-3715. That's Kinsey Travel, 863-274-3715. Baby, let's cruise.
Hey, this is Miss K with Kay's Kitchen, cooking Chicago-style fried chicken and fish with the authentic Chicago-style mild sauce. Come check us out at 5508 North 50th Street in Tampa. We're open Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 6, or you can call us at 813-368-5196. Again, that number is 813-368-5196. See you soon.
Hi, this is Dr. Veronica Walters, also known as Dr. V, the head of school at the Walters Academy for Entrepreneurship, a place that we like to call The Way, where we're educating today's youthpreneurs to be tomorrow's billionaires through social entrepreneurship. Do you have a student who's bored, frustrated, gifted, inquisitive, creative, business-minded? then maybe you need to check The Way out. Listen, we have an educational platform that allows for individualized instruction. It's strength-based, project-based, and designed to help your students become the absolute best they can while starting their own business and being an entrepreneur. If you're looking for something different and you need to find a more excellent way, then you need to visit us at The Way. That's The Way, www.thewaetampa.org. Or you can call us at 813-603-7923. We look forward to showing your student a more excellent way at The Way.
At The Way. And
It is sometime between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. and it's a Saturday here on the East Coast of the United States, but the West Coast of Florida. And if you are hearing the sounds coming through your earlobes of the main man, Mike D, that means you'll listen to Cover 2 Conversations, 2 Tampa natives, 2 topics, 2 points of view here on InTouchNews.com, InTouch Radio on TuneIn. You can look us up and see us live on Facebook and InTouch News. You can reach out to us at Cover 2 Conversations, that number 2 Conversations at Gmail, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you are on the internet. We are going international here in 2019.
Intergalactic.
We're starting January in health and wellness and fitness. Not only do we have the lovely Angie Webster here today that we're just going to talk to in just a moment. I have my cousin Monique Jones is going to call in because she works with mental health and wellness. So it's not all about this body. Now you got to get your mind right. She's going to call in. I also, Reggie doesn't even know this, I had some conversation last night in Ybor City related to doing a live broadcast, a live remotes, and have that set up. So we're going to have them probably come in at the end of the month, depending on what guests Reggie has come in to introduce. And we might even make it. I don't know, man. We might have to do a guest real special or something out there on in Ybor City. You never know. Got it set up. We got to talk to Mr. Johnson and Mr. Steven, but I got it set up, man. So we're going to be really doing some big things in 2019. But one of the big things happens in every beginning of the year, man, is health and wellness. Everybody's in the gym. Everybody's got these. I'm going to do this. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to do this before. Reggie, what you got going on in 2019?
I got the big 50 birthday coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I've been saying this since, when did we start the show? September?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
man. Whenever Daryl let us in the door, he said, "Who are you?"
Yeah, that was the game plan starting.
Do you speak English? And then sit down here and talk to me.
Yeah. I planned on starting my whole fitness journey September, October, November, and December, January, and get ready for my big birthday.
Right, you had a physical trainer.
Yeah, I had all this stuff, and crap happens. Crap happens, and I fell off the bandwagon. Not the workout part. I'm not worried about that part. I mean, you can skip the gym. I don't like skipping it, but you can skip that. My diet for about a good 3 months was like jacked, and so I'm back on track with that right now. What I'm doing for January on our, what's this called? We call it Health and Witness.
Health and wellness. Health and wellness,
and all y'all can witness. I am doing no alcohol, no bread January.
No alcohol, no bread.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No alcohol, no bread January, and I got a personal trainer right now. I've been going to him for the last 3 weeks. I'm only going once a week, so everything else is pretty much up to me. Okay. So I've done this before. Just that I think this is where that metabolism kicks in at a certain age, and it's not coming off the way it did before.
No,
it's not happening. Usually by this time in January, February, Mike's like, "Reg, how you did it? You got a little 4-pack. How you did it, Reg?" And now
3.5 pack.
Oh, yeah. Maybe 2.5. I'm not sure what it is. So I needed some help this year.
Okay.
I had to get some help, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I just need maybe get some extra help with some supplements.
Oh, there you go.
I don't mind saying that. Look, I'm going to keep it real with all y'all, man. All these people you see in these magazines, they got their 90-day transformation. They doing something. And I don't mean anything illegal. I mean, they're actually doing more than just, I'm eating right and going to the gym, and that's all I'm doing. No, you're taking some protein shakes. You're taking some aminos. You're taking some maybe
BCAAs.
Yeah, maybe a fat burner. Maybe some keto.
Maybe some creatine.
You know, are you still doing the keto thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk to you about the keto thing too. Get to the mic. Get up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Closer. Don't be scared of it.
The lean back.
Lean back. But I know Angie's got the spin class going on. And diet-wise, are you on anything specific that you are doing? I mean, are you like focused on anything that you won't eat?
Sugar.
Sugar. So no sugar.
No.
Sugar's the devil.
I did the same thing you did. The holidays got me off track.
What
I think we did some of that together. As a matter of fact. If I can recall.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying, you was at my house and I was cooking, and you know.
There you go.
But yeah,
put some extra bread on that plate, girl.
I know. It's the holidays. You have to live a little, but sugar will do it to you.
Sugar will do it for you.
You want to stay away from sugar. You really do.
What about bread?
Don't do bread. If you're trying to get right, stay away from bread too.
No, is
stay
it all
away
carbs?
from pastas. The white stuff.
You trying to starve me?
White rice. Stay away from rice.
Rice is cool.
Because you're the rice and chicken guy.
Initially, you want to stay away from things like that. You know.
You're the rice and chicken guy. I know Reggie. If you look on his Facebook page, and I'm sure he'll be posting things on Cover 2 Conversations. You'll see him do his meal prep. Normally, I think he used to do on Sunday.
I used to. It's been a minute.
And he all the rice and chicken guy. Rice, chicken, and broccoli.
No, rice, chicken, and lots of vegetables. Yeah. But what I learned to do was I'd have
lots of vegetables.
I do a quarter of a cup of rice.
Right, you just have to cut it down.
Yeah, quarter of a cup of rice in the maybe midday.
And know when you're eating it. Know when it's okay to put it in your body. Like after you've worked out.
Yeah.
Not like after you sat around for a while, then you toss it down. Man, that's bad, bro.
I don't know. Now I will say this: on leg day, I carb up on leg day.
Okay.
I mean, literally, I will carb up. I mean, I have some bread in the morning, a banana or whatever. That's that one day of the week, or maybe twice a week doing legs. I carb up on leg day.
Okay.
You don't seem too like you care too much, Mike.
Well, I'm trying to figure out now. Do you do when you do leg day? I believe you're talking about weightlifting.
Yes.
Now, how do you? The word is not collaborate, but that's the only word I can think of right now. How do you put that together when I know you spend some quality time with Andy Webster at Power Cycle or any time, and you're on that spinning machine for an hour with this young lady?
Not the same day.
Jumping around and dancing, and she puts you up on hills and down hills, and she make you stretch and all that crazy stuff. You should be trying to hurt us. So how do you do that? Do you consider that cardio or leg?
I consider power cycling and fitness cardio.
Okay.
Now I will say this: if you work, the first time I ever went, my legs were shot like 2 or 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. If you work legs like during the week, when you go back, it's not as hard as it is your first time ever going. If you go with never working out before and I want to burn some weights, some fat off, and get on the bicycle and you're doing the high intensity and all that for 45 minutes to an hour, it's gonna kill you. If you like during the week, work your legs out. Do some squats. Mm-hmm. Do some squats. Or maybe get on the treadmill and just put a higher incline on it. When you get back on the bike again, it won't be as bad as it was before.
But don't come the same day you did legs.
No.
Not with Angie, at least. No, Angie, she make you pay.
Because this happened 2 weeks ago. I was going to go to your class. I went to my personal trainer in the morning, and he had me doing legs. Hardcore, a lot of squats. I love that better music in the background. Please keep doing that. And so I told him my game plan is to come here for my personal train and then go to Power Cycle and Fitness. That was the game plan. That was my first time dealing with the personal trainer. Mm-hmm. I wasn't used to doing that many squats and the hamstrings, all bent over row. What do you call it? To when you bend over, pull the leg up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't used to it. And I swear, I was like, I ain't going to make it to Power Cycle. And even if I go, I'm going to be hurting for the whole week where I can't even walk while I'm at work. So I learned, but since that one day, I've done legs a lot more where it's not that big of a freaking deal.
Now, how do you do it? You teach spin, so how do you balance your workout when you teach it at least 3 times a week?
To be completely honest, I haven't been all in the gym the way I used to since I've been doing spin. Okay. Because I kind of became addicted to it. Oh. I went from doing workouts 5 times a week to spinning 5 times a week, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 2-hour classes with Lisa. The owner of Power Cycle and Fitness, the beast, the queen. Yeah, you don't go to Lisa.
The 2-hour spin class, you said? What's the one?
When I started, it was
Monday,
Lisa's
2 hours.
2-hour spin class.
You know what? It's so funny. Just saying 2-hour spin class. Our producer here, Mr. Dell Johnson, owner of In Touch Radio with Tammy. Tammy said, that we need to go to a break. I was like, yeah, I need a break just thinking about a 2-hour spin class because I can't even imagine it. This is your main man, Mike D. Always joined by
Reginald Gray.
This is Cover 2 Conversations, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time here on In Touch Radio, reality radio, where everyone's a star. InTouchNews.com, Facebook, Cover 2 Conversations on all the internet channels. We'll be right back.
Keeping you informed, in tuned, and in touch. Your worldwide radio connection. In Touch Radio.
Hey, Tampa Bay. Want to cruise to Cuba? Tampa to Havana. We've got the best prices. Call Kinsey Travel, 863-274-3715. That's Kinsey Travel, 863-274-3715. Baby, let's cruise.
My name is Gil Sampson. I didn't come from a very rich family, and so paying for college would have been very tough. I don't know if I would have been able to go to the college that I went to, and then I don't know if I would have gotten into the career that I am in. So I think Bright Futures has done a lot to shape my life. I got a job as a structural engineer, and I design residential buildings, commercial buildings all over the United States. Because of Bright Futures, I was able to go to college. You know, so many kids just don't even ever get that opportunity. And to be able to do it and not have any debt when I graduated is amazing. And it was all thanks to Bright Futures.
Florida has created more than 1 million jobs in only 5 years, and a great education connects our students to these exciting opportunities. That's why the Florida Lottery has funded Bright Futures scholarships to help over 725,000 students attend college. Because every play is for education. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Play with it. Me, I like
That's
the
not what
finer
happens.
things. Designer names, yeah. Stylish frames. I don't got time for no childish games, yeah. I don't wait for money to come to me. I go chase, yeah. If you ain't getting no money, boy, hide your face, yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself because by your age, yeah, you should be holding your own, but that's not the case, yeah. I don't hate on people that have expensive taste, yeah. I like a nice shirt and my pants fit on my waist, yeah. Don't it look good on me? Yeah. Don't it look good on me?
We are back. We are back. Cover 2 artists, my homeboy, Waze, formerly known as Street Waze. He cut it down to Waze. I guess he wanted to get rid of the street part. Oh, it's still going. Play with it.
Now, is this a local artist?
Yeah. Yep.
Street Ways, now Ways.
That's Waze. Give him credit. He was here a few years back. He went out to Arizona for a little bit, trying to get a deal out there. He got a whole marketing team, switched his image up from what it was before. Mm-hmm. Wound up coming back, but he tried. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing music now. He's got a new album that's coming out. But he's one of the people that, like, Tampa, like, why am I staying in this little pond where I have a chance to go someplace else? He got a whole team, shot some new music videos. It's one of the newer songs he did.
Okay.
So, no, homeboys do. He's a big Buck fan, too, so I want to get him on the show.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right. Now, before we get any further on this, I got to do this. The Lightning. We got to start talking some Lightning, bro.
Boy,
Lightning won last night, 6-2 over the Kings, and they are playing again tonight. I think it's 7 p.m. I think.
Yeah.
Against San Jose tonight.
We're doing great.
Yep.
I think most of our wins, I can't remember how many wins we have, but I know most of them are in regulation, so not OT wins. That means that's a great way. It means we're knocking them out right there on the 3 periods.
I don't know how that whole point thing worked.
I don't know about the point thing, but I just know that right now the Lightning is on fire. And so I hope to see that continue to grow. The two teams that we have here, the Lightning and the Rays, I would love to see them kind of get back up to running things. The Rays, the Lightning has been in the playoffs. I believe I know last year, maybe last year or a couple. We are normally pretty good. The Lightning has really kept us in on the map when it comes to hockey. Our Rays have dropped off a little bit, and I'd like to see them come back. I know there's some controversy about them leaving or the stadium, et cetera, like that, but I'd love to see them start doing some more as well. And then, Buccaneers next year with our new coach, Bruce Arians. No,
they're supposed to announce a new coach by Tuesday. I doubt it, but that's what Joe Bucks fan said. Also, want to talk about the Bucks. Tampa Bay has a pro basketball team, the Tampa Bay Titans.
The Tampa Bay Titans.
Yes, I don't mean Tampa Bay Tech Titans.
I'm about to say, because you trying to throw your little school in here, the Tampa Bay Tech.
Tampa Bay Tech Titans. They start playing actually in a couple of weeks, and there's also a new pro football league, the Alliance American Football. So Bucks, we don't need y'all. We got other stuff we can talk about besides that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna talk to Daryl because I want to get Michael Clayton on the show. He might not want to talk to me now after what I said about him, but you know what I'm saying. But we got a little bit of time left. I want to talk to Angie about the vibe over at your spin class. And I know you picked the music, and I like
that Power Cycle Fitness
Power
on
Cycle
Riverview,
Fitness. Power Cycle
and
Fitness.
Anytime Fitness over in Brandon.
Yes, and some stuff you play. I know you're from Florida. Mm-hmm. You played bass mechanic one time. Mm-hmm. You played some other MC80 stuff. Mm-hmm. You played Freestyle's Rockin' in the House tonight. I think you played that one.
I'm sure I did.
I got like an Angie track list on my SoundCloud because she plays some songs I haven't heard so long. I have to, put them on my SoundCloud. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
I show my age every now and then, but it's all good.
All right. So, what kind of music are you looking for in the class?
I like bass music. But at the same time, it has to be something we can do our moves to because spin has evolved. It is not what people who don't spin think it is. You do not sit on a bike and just move your feet. That is something you do not do. Most of the time, you don't even let your butt touch the seat. Mm. You're out of the bike. You're doing dips. You're working your arms. You're squatting. You're doing jumps. You're burning some calories.
Right. Now, so what songs are you looking for? Like, are you like in the car sometimes? Like, oh, that sounds good.
Absolutely.
Or you watch a music video like, oh, snap.
Sometimes, yes. I spend a lot of time on Spotify.
Okay. Searching on purpose, or you just listen and you
both
happen to hear something?
If it hits me and I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be good in class.
So what are you doing with your R. Kelly playlist right now?
Oh wow.
Really? Nothing.
I was waiting to use that one, boy. We had 10 minutes left. I was waiting.
Nothing. No, that's another class,
Now, what you can do is do a spin class bird box challenge.
Really?
You put some blindfolds on during spin class, and we can't look at you while you spinning. That's just an idea. You guys didn't see the Netflix movie, so I guess not.
People will be falling off their bikes. I don't know about that, Reg. I don't know. Yeah, because
normally, one thing about spin, if you've never done it, the trainer or like Angie will not only tell you what to do, she will show you what to do.
I don't get off the bike.
It's called a taskmaster.
Yeah. I tell you, I don't think she needs a whip, boy. It's like back to.
Now, the only part of the class I don't like, I get off the bike quick. You and your little slow jam.
Oh yeah,
it's called an isolation resistance song, Reg.
Ain't no isolation song.
Why do you get off the bike?
Because you be like, ain't nothing wrong with the bumper girl, and then she said turn up 20 times, and so it's like you're pushing concrete, and she's like, come on now, push left, right, left. Right, that's when Reggie go get some water.
I'm like, you're my friend. I can't. I'm gonna get some water and come right back.
Oh, it's painful.
Yeah, I know. I just
supposed to be.
But I just can't get into the whole slow grind on the bicycle.
You're not doing it right.
Oh, well, okay.
Reginald Gray.
You don't need to talk about his personal business on the radio.
Yeah, whatever. Is your cousin still calling in?
Oh no, not today.
Oh, it's not today.
No. I had to talk to you first. I mean, we're partners. I've set up.
You ain't told me nothing about last night till we got on there. you telling me that we gonna perform in Istanbul?
We talked about it already. I just had to get it, approved and set up and everything. So with the owner and everything, so it's good.
Okay.
But no. I'm gonna have my cousin probably call in, not this week, next week, the following week. Let's get through Martin Luther King Day, whatever, and then have her call in. Because I want to kind of end on, we can all talk about health, fitness, and running and biking and spinning, and everyone got that. That's going to be all on the TVs, all on the radio, whatever. But a lot of things people don't think about is their mental health. And I was even talking to a young person last night who is actually suffering from PTSD. And so you don't even think about PTSD. I ain't going to war. But it can happen to anyone. It can happen for many reasons. And if you got your body in shape, but your mind's not in shape, hey, you end up being like that dude on Mr. Glass. What's his name? 12 personalities. Running running like a dog.
Well, one thing about the whole PTSD thing is some people don't think about this. They only think PTSD when it comes to war veterans. If you have someone that lives in like a, and I hate using that Chicago word, like lack of a,
the Chirac.
Yeah. Any hood environment with a lot of violence and shooting or whatever at a young age, that's still PTSD.
It could be anything.
Yeah, it could be
Anything
everyone
traumatic to you.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's just war.
Depression is another thing that people
I know about that one.
Don't diagnose us. You don't even know that it's an illness. It's not just something goes on. You hear someone, I'm feeling depressed. Well, in some cases that could be a chronic thing, and that could be a problem. Once again, driving you to yo-yo diet, driving you to the January in the gym, but then you fall off. You got to have your mind into health and wellness as well as your body.
Now, do you think weather can affect?
Yeah, they talk about the winter. I forgot what they call it. Not winter depression, whatever.
That's
when
me.
It gets cold, when it gets dark, when it's cloudy all the time, people shut themselves in, and once again now they're finding out that is like a, basically an illness or something that people need to recognize, and could do some bad things if they don't know that that's what's happening to them. So. I'm going to have her just come and talk on about that towards the end of the month. I don't know who we have in between. We're definitely going to try to spend some time with Angie out in her work life out there in the spinning and talk about our experience with Angie Webster. Don't you have a name? What's your name in your class on Sunday? Is it just
Sweat?
Get your ass up on Sunday.
Really?
It's called it church.
That's the underlying name, but really it's Sweat and Reset.
Sweat and Reset
Right.
on Sunday. Sweat and Reset at Power Cycle and Fitness, right there on 301.
8:15.
8:15 is the time of the class, and Angie. So while we close out here on our Cover 2 Conversations every Saturday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., main man Mike D and Reggie Gray. And what do you say to first time spinners? How do you make sure they come back? What how do you encourage them? What is your thoughts related to? Hey, why do you do this? Why would I come back every Sunday and kill myself with you?
Know your why. Know your why. Why are you here? What is important to you? Why are you doing this?
I'm here because Reggie told me.
Oh, no.
Can't be nobody else. Got to be about you.
You got to know why you're there. You got to make sure it is important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Realize that you are important.
Somebody.
And yeah,
I am.
you got to make those moves. Got to make those moves.
Daryl killing the music today, boy.
Yeah.
I love
All
that
right,
bit of music in the
Mr. Johnson,
background.
Mr.
Go
Steven,
ahead, Daryl.
thank you again. Another great show. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. In Touch Radio. This is Cover 2 Conversations.
I'm about to spit.
Two Tampanails, 2 topics, 2 points of view. I hope you see
Coming
you all
up in
next
Power
week.
Moves.
There you go. Power Moves is in the studio.
1, 2, here what? Here I go, Mike.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead. Freestyle.
Oh, he cut it off.
When it comes to reality radio, everyone is a star.
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be.
On your smooth soul and R&B station.